cover is the drums. You guys see the drums?
Yes.
All right, we're going to do an experiment. Julianne and Pat, why don't you go on up here? And I want you to hit the top of this like you would a drum. And I want you to tell me what just happened.
The rice came up a little bit.
Right, and why do you think that was?
Vibration.
Vibration? All right, well, that's what we're going to talk about today. The first word that we're going to talk about is a membranophone, which is the membrane of a drum. Now, I want you guys to tell me what else might we use that would also be called a membranophone. Matthew?
A pot.
Pot, we could get for another drum, yes. And why would we use the word membranophone?
Because you're hitting the head of it.
The head of the drum,
Yeah.
which is known as the membrane, right? All right, now we're also going to look at this little word here, phone, right? I want you to tell me what phone means. Jesse?
Sound.
Sound. And what are some other words that we might use for sound? Or that would have the word sounded?
Telephone.
Telephone. And what does that mean? You guys can go ahead and sit down.
That you can talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody and it transfers the sound of your voice. Right. So some other words that we're going to go ahead and look at today, we have aerophone, which means cylinder of an air vibration. So I'm going to have Jesse and Jared come on up here and show me the difference between a flute and a recorder. Jared, you can go first. And Jared, Jesse. Right, and I want you to tell me how the air vibrated through these instruments. Go ahead, Juju.
The air is coming out of the holes.
And vibrating through the holes? Is that what you guys also think? So if I were to cover the holes up, that would make a different sound?
No. Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
would make a different sound. All right, another word that we're going to look at is a chordophone. Now, can someone tell me what that might mean? Pat?
Strings vibrating.
Strings vibrating. All right, I'm going to have Matthew. Can you come up here and play the electric guitar for me? And Jude, you want to do this one again? All right. I want you to pluck the guitar, Julian. All right. Go ahead. Now, can you guys visually see what is vibrating on this machine, on these instruments? The strings. Now, what's the difference between these two? Jesse?
One has a hole, the other doesn't.
The other one doesn't. So how is this one emitting its sound?
The amp.
The amp. The amp is taking the sound. Right. It's taking the music, the noise, and through the mechanics of the guitar and through the amp. Alrighty. Alright, we're going to look at a couple other instruments. We've got the trumpet and a clarinet over here. Jesse and Jared, do you mind? Alright, now can Jared go ahead and play your clarinet? And Jesse play the trumpet. Alright, so which noises, what things are vibrating to make the noises in these instruments? Go ahead, Matthew.
The reed on the clarinet.
Was vibrating. What else on this one, though?
The bell.
How about the holes? How much like our flute? But the main thing that vibrates in this is the reed. As you can see the wood on the... You see that? And what about the trumpet? What do you think vibrates in this one? Jesse?
Your lips to form the sound of the trumpet.
How about the cylinders on the trumpet?
That too.
Try to show you the cylinders. See how the cylinders, there's 3 of them. And they all have to take in the air to get the proper sound, correct? Alrighty. Last instrument that I'm going to show you is the piano. This one's an electric piano, correct? What about a real piano? Can you guys think about what might vibrate in a real piano? Matthew?
The hammer hitting the strings.
Right. And what about this one?
Traveling through the wires.
Right. All right, one more word that we're going to go ahead and look at is idiophone, which is solid instruments. Now, solid instruments are xylophones, gongs, and why would we use those? Or how would the vibration of the noise come from those? Go ahead, Matthew.
By shaking it or hitting it.
Xylophone, let's say you play percussion in band, right?
Yeah.
Where's the noise come from a xylophone?
The top of the bells.
Right, and the bars, and the vibrations come from the bars. Well, I've got a little maraca here, or a maramba actually, and this is a gourd from a plant. And African tribes, they take these and they make marambas because they make noises. What other instruments are similar to this, Pat?
Maracas.
Maracas.
A baby
A
rattle.
baby rattles are the same thing. Anything else you can think of? What about a tambourine? I don't have one with me. But what would a tambourine be like? Tambourine isn't the one you shake. It's got a membrane
Yeah.
that you can hit, so it would be a membranophone. But what else does it have? Jess,
Doesn't it have like tiny
little
syllables?
symbols on them?
Yeah.
And what if those were vibrating? What noises? What words would those be for?
Idiophone?
An idiophone, correct. So you have a membranophone and an idiophone on a tambourine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move over to our little listening table.